Look how big this crow is. Yeah, I'm just walking. Probably a shape-shifting witch, huh? Monitoring crow, spirit, archon, whatever the hell they are. I'm telling you, they swoop. And I'll be tripping. I'll be driving down like PCH, and they will literally swoop right in front of the car, like whoosh, 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 nearly getting hit. And you can tell people. You cannot tell me this is not spiritual warfare. It is so hive mind spiritual warfare. Everything from the animals to the people. I mean, when I've got, I've got an Uber issue with being stalked. They were sending me stuff about sexual harassment of passengers when I only take food. So they sent me some kind of a thing from the RAIN organization, which is for human trafficking, right? This I took pretty personally because, basically I am a human trafficking survivor, sold into these government programs and whatever the hell they're doing, with the kids who are the chosen or have the different DNA, have different blood type and all that good stuff where, we're dangerous because you can't control us and blah, 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 blah. It's been going on since the inception of the United States of ridiculousness. And Babylon has, set the whole beast system up since the beginning. I mean, they set us up just to take us down, But most people don't realize that because they're stuck in the matrix. But anyway, I posted some kind of truth, basically about, them putting their names on my mom's condo and that being $1 million cash payout. So that made sense that they wanted to get rid of me because, of course, I would be definitely standing in the way of that happening. And she's an older lady. She's getting a little dementia, maybe Alzheimer's. Probably doesn't help that they're blasting her with microwave weapons through the walls and causing her to hear and see things differently than they actually are. Nobody wants to believe that because it's so far out. So the church system has got them since they as soon as I got rid of the Masons, when my brother was 17, the church swooped in, saved him, saved the whole family. They all got involved, became missionaries, homeschoolers, very enmeshed with this church. But the whole time, the church painted me as a prodigal. No matter what I did, every time I would hit milestones and, be selling real estate and doing like super, super good and doing this, doing that. I had a billion different careers because they tear them all down. Of course, they sabotage everything that you're trying to do. So any level of success was met with animosity. But if I was doing bad and had to go to a rehab or, was, having problems with drugs and say, they just love bombed you. So it doesn't make any sense, really. So, when the awakening of these chosen people and, those of us who are here for a mission or to do something better or who just, decide to wake up and live our lives correctly, and we start seeing what the hell's going on. When we start waking up, they just want us dead. Just straight out, they want us dead. And back to the hive mind thing, I posted a truth on Facebook, right? And basically, I was like, hey, I threw the snafu card, your whole op went foobar, F you. Well, the next day, I am so mobbed. There must have been hundreds of people, cops, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, all blaring. They were smiling. 2 cops got out. They literally, I didn't understand what the part of the acting was at the time, but now I look back and it's kind of goofy and, whatever. You guys are fucking ridiculous. But my phones weren't working. I had no communication. They were acting like they were going to arrest me or like do something. And I'm like thinking, this is a lot of people. If they fucking do anything, I'm pretty fucked. I can't even, make a phone call. My Facebook was deactivated. Like literally neither phone worked. I had no communication whatsoever. It was just radio silence. And I was laughing. I was like, you guys wouldn't let me use your phone, would you? And they're like, no. But it was, and they were smiling and grinning. And, oh, man, it was ridiculous. But these two cops, they parked the car. And then they went in the back and got, like, lunch pails. And went and sat on the roof of their car eating their lunch like they were watching the show. See, I guess it was part of their scripted thing and it was supposed to be funny, but a lot of the shit that they do that they think is funny, I don't really pay attention to or don't give it any energy or, what, like I don't realize it till later that, oh, this was supposed to be this, They're not getting the reaction that they used to get. If they do this to people, if they mob you with hundreds of people, in red cars and fire trucks all going and everybody's like sticking their tongue out at you or making the same face or, throwing up a Illuminati signal or they all got one headlight out, you're gonna fucking think either you're crazy or the world's crazy, but if you tell anybody, it sounds fucking crazy. Of course it does. They know what they're doing and this used to... What the hell just picking up on my camera? Something's rolling around there. I see something moving and nothing's there. Very strange. Oh, anyway, yeah, I've ended up in the psych ward before because of this shit. Because it's like, you tell everybody, okay, there's fucking 100 red cars and all people have like clown masks on and they're sticking their tongues out at me and they're everywhere. They're following me and you're calling like family and friends and you're trying to tell them this shit and they're like, oh yeah, she's fucking flipped her lid. She's on drugs. She needs to go to the fucking psych ward. And you're thinking the same thing too. I'm sorry you are. It's like when this shit's happening, it's so surreal. It's so ridiculous. Like, why the fuck would you coordinate an attack that is not even an attack, it's just a psyop. It's just a fucking psychological operation of ridiculousness, a waste of fucking energy, money, resources. All your tax-paying dollars are going to these fucking clowns because what they say is terrorism is theater. The whole world's a stage, all their little goofy shows, and they're a bunch of actors, so they hire actors and they play their little parts. And anyway, so I got mobbed by hundreds of people this day, and they were like, it was pretty damn impressive. I said, respect for showing me how mobulous you are and how deep your shit truly goes. But when you've got a child, back to the human trafficking part, I had been speaking with Uber like over and over and over on my phone, so this is another thing that I know they're listening to every one of my calls. All my stuff is hacked, everything's monitored, they're always looking, always watching, what the fuck ever. I don't care anymore. I don't give a shit anymore. They can do whatever they want to do. It doesn't bother me. But it was all based on the human trafficking stuff, and I am making a legal case for suing their asses because Uber is obviously taking part of this. Either it's being run as a government, CIA, FBI fusion, police, sheriff, private military, NATO. Who the fuck knows? Shit goes pretty deep for some of us. Operation. So of course Uber's going to go along with it and allow the hacking, and then when you've got every step of your GPS being manipulated, every delivery being manipulated, every one of them being a hand it to me, and then you get there and the person lies and says your food was tampered with or you sexually harassed a chicken McNugget because I don't drive passengers. So who the fuck are these passengers that made the complaints? They don't exist, okay? It's all to sabotage your work. They don't want you to make any money. They want you to be homeless, walking around and being a food source for them. And yes, those people who are homeless are food sources. They are like batteries, human batteries, and they are just becoming a food source. So they want you doing nothing. They want you to wander around, be homeless, and just be able to be used as a battery. A battery in an area, and they want it in these populated areas like Anaheim. I mean, Anaheim's got Disneyland. If I could get into the human trafficking, the tunnels underneath, and all that other shit, but Anaheim's pretty fucking deep in the stuff. So they've got a lot of technological weaponry, space weapons. Their police force has always been pretty fucking tricky. Snapple trucks, and Anaheim Vice has just been, I don't know, it's pretty ridiculous, and they're pretty well funded. They're pretty, I guess, setting the tone for other polices or whatever. They would hit the beach and ball area and use a bunch of snitches, and it was just all based on drugs, and it still is. It's still just all based on drugs. So once you remove the drug part, they really can't fuck with your mind too much. But anyway, back to the human trafficking. Again, I'm getting digressing left and right here, but they had this, at one point I was like, my phones weren't working. I had just got a deposit, so I was like, oh fuck, these people are gonna fucking steal my money. So I went to an ATM, took all the money out, took it all in cash, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I went to like 3 different ATMs, so then I had like a handful of cash, and I'm thinking, oh fuck. Now I gotta put it back on the card. So I'm standing in the 7-Eleven after I'm like calming down, and I'm thinking, okay, this is just, whatever happens is gonna happen. If I go to jail, I will eventually get out, because the truth is going to fucking set me free. But in the interim, sometimes, you may have to sit in their fucking stupid jail. Whatever. I accepted it. I moved on. I stopped giving it my energy, and basically went into a 7-Eleven, and I'm standing in line, and this little girl, she must have been 4 years old, she says, is the human trafficking in here? She said it like 4 times, like she had practiced it, but she couldn't even pronounce the words, right? So her sick ass mom, who's in this bullshit, her parents, I didn't look behind me, because I didn't know, I don't even know what I would have did. I felt like strangling the fucking parents that would have a child. You tell they had her practice outside in their car, here, say, is the human trafficking in there? And she couldn't even pronounce it. This poor little girl, she doesn't even realize that she's being human trafficked, right? The parents don't really, they think it's funny. They think this shit is funny, and it's like, in what fucking universe and what fucking paradigm does having your 4-year-old child say human trafficking to a human trafficking survivor who has endured like satanic ritual abuse, the shit that I've gone through from childhood, it would kill anybody else. I mean, like, by the time we make it this far, those of us who have been through this shit, being put in the space programs, used as fucking intuitive empaths, raped from age 3 to 11, used in satanic rituals like drowning rituals and fucking, this shit's deep, okay? They do shit like splitting our souls, where we leave our bodies. I remember floating up to the ceiling and watching myself get raped as Wheel of Fortune played on the TV. I could see the whole scene. I could see the floral couch. I could smell the fucking scotch and Old Spice on my fucking pedo step monster. All of it. It's like a fucking, it was a trip. I floated to the ceiling and I watched it from up there. That's called splitting. They do that shit on purpose. It is human trafficking, because you're sold into this shit. It's Masonic. Blue Lodge is what he was involved in. He was a very high-ranking Mason at the Blue Lodge. As soon as I got rid of him, because I realized he found out that he had raped my sister, also, because I was out of there at 17, but when I learned he raped my sister, I'm like, oh no, my mom's gonna get the fuck rid of this dude, and she's gonna get, my brother and sister away. They're gonna be fine. Oh, no. That's when the church swooped in. The church is all involved in this. It's really deep. It's really sick. And I don't know what my point was. The point was the crows. Look out for weird behavior in animals. I mean, if you look at... I just watched a documentary, and there's been like 20-something orca attacks on boats. These whales are literally attacking sailing boats and different boats that are in the middle of the ocean and sinking them. Coordinated attacks, they called them. So how are these fucking killer whales deciding, okay, you go to the left, you flank them to the right? I mean, they are coordinating attacks in the ocean to take boats down. Whales don't do that, okay? If you watch the TikTok video, you've all seen this stuff with the animals. The animals are acting weird. They're being upgraded. Also, whatever you want to call it, ascending, upgrading, the vibrations on the planet are changing. We're on the wrong timeline. Biden is not even a human. He's a reptilian. I mean, Trump isn't great. whatever, he's the better fucking choice. He's the timeline that we need to be on. If you guys don't fucking wake up and we stay on this Biden timeline, you're going to be all turned into AI robots and fucking, you're going to have copies of yourselves made, and then you're going to be, you know, in some kind of a fucking video game kind of thing. I don't know, there was a movie with Bruce Willis where all the people had like avatar things, and they, you know, when the whole computer system went down, they all come out of their houses looking like frazzled fucking whatever, and they're like, they hadn't left the house in fucking 6 years, hadn't showered, but their avatar was out there looking sexy like a fucking model, and you know what I mean. Bruce Willis was like, can't we just go out without our avatars? And the wife's like, no, you know, because she's fucking like popping pills and, you know, drinking and putting this VR headset on and not dealing with reality. Is that what we want as a society, or do we want to just wake the fuck up and deal with shit as it comes? Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of shit that comes. There's going to be. It's inevitable. We have to grow, we have to learn, and change doesn't happen except through trauma. So the world is going through trauma right now, but there's a clear-ass choice to make. Do we want to be owned by reptilians? And yes, reptilians are real. Look in Revelations. The Matrix is real. Look in Exodus. Matrix is mentioned a million times. Like, these words are not new words. They are not sci-fi movies. They are reality. So, you know, do you want a reptilian beast system? Do you want to be turned into a fucking robot? Do you want to be cloned and have whatever you want to call it? Do you want the AI to put you into a video game-like existence where there are slaves, workers, and rich people? You know, because all you people who are being used by the Illuminati, I saw how it ends for you. You guys die. You guys get double-crossed in the end. It looks like a big fucking Katrina cleanup. They use you to pick up all the dead bodies, you know, after they blast them with the microwave weapons or whatever the fuck, the nukes. I don't know, a whole lot of shit happens. It looks like Katrina. The world looks like fucking Katrina. And then the people who are in their big-ass trucks, they drive around with masks on. They look like fucking some kind of ISIS bullshit, and they are finding bodies, and for each successful DNA sample, whether it's a kneecap or a fucking pinky toe, and if they were on a lockdown, of course, core family members only in each home, and that's how they're going to retrieve the DNA afterwards, and they were getting paid $400 per body. But after that, you guys die. You guys die. Like, they fucking double-cross you and they kill you all. So you're just being used like you think that you're using the people who are targeted as, you know, whatever. We're witches, we're this, we're that, we're, you know, whatever the fuck it is that you're being told. It's all lies. We're actually doing absolutely nothing wrong, and you've surveilled us long enough to understand that that's true. You just don't want to admit it. And there's a never-ending supply of you. There really is. You know, here's a free house, here's a free fucking Walmart gift card, here's a fucking car with a modified exhaust and one headlight. Just sell your soul to the devil and fucking agree to do whatever we want you to do until ad infinitum time ends, and your time does end. Obviously, I'm still alive, or I see it somehow, because they cut it off. They stopped allowing me to see what was going on because I was seeing way too far into the future, and I saw the whole timeline. I saw COVID, I saw fucking the Queen die, I saw China, Russia, I saw who won the presidency, I saw it all. I saw it all, and I saw the nukes going off, and I saw fucking I saw a lot of shit. I saw a lot of shit, put it that way, and I saw you guys all end. You guys all die. You get used as puppets and you die. Nobody's going to the fucking bunkers with Beyonce and Jay-Z and fucking celebrating with the fucking Clintons and, you know, hanging out on Epstein's Island. No, baby, you die. You're being punked. Anyway, peace out, Prodigal Prophecies. Have a blessed day.